Hello, everybody. This is the Werewolves Brooklyn Kickstarter launch for the issue number 3 and also the Werewolf Beach Party art book. We have some of the wonderful people who have been working with me on the project. Chas and Chris, can you introduce yourselves there?
Hi, I'm Chris Elston.
Chastity Lassiter.
We run a publishing company, Flash Delirium LLC, and we help Alton do the Kickstarter page.
Awesome job.
Thank you.
And the little one there. Hello.
Yeah.
He's getting a little riled up right now.
Yeah. And of course, the awesome Naughty Fairy herself, Wendy Steen Shaner.
Hi,
Let them have it.
I'm Wendy Steen Shaner. I have the Naughty Fairy Stripper Assassins and Luna Tails, Ginger Snap, and Sireness.
Awesome.
Yeah.
The all-around web guru.
No, I know nothing.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's comforting that you feel that way. But you're one of the most knowledgeable people I've ever met. I have met you. I was thinking, have I met you? Yeah, I met you.
Yeah.
So
We had a good time in Baltimore. That was a fun show.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at some shows to come out west next year.
Oh, nice. Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I want to start doing things outside of the area because Chastity and Chris you're down south, so I want to try and make my way around the country and start seeing people more now that things are opening up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's. We got Steph and Carrie coming through. Hopefully, we can.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Hi.
Steph and Carrie. How are you guys doing?
Good. How about you?
Very good. Glad to see you. Go ahead and tell us about yourself for the people out there in TV land.
Ready? Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Tell us.
They're obviously. Did I lose you there? Sorry. Obviously, brilliant artists who've worked. I've worked with you guys on every campaign so far.
Yeah.
And it's always a wonderful experience. Brilliant artwork, brilliant coloring, and all around fantastic people. I've been very lucky to work with some awesome, incredible human beings, and you guys are part of it. So thank you.
We've been very lucky to work with you. We met you at a little tiny show in Toms River, New Jersey.
That was no bigger than my studio.
Yeah.
It was cold that day too.
It was one of the American Legion Hall shows.
Yep.
But the first, we were instantly impressed by one, the work that you put in, two, the amount of books that you had already produced. You were basic boots on the ground, going around to comic stores, selling your books. We're like, this guy is hard working. We want to work with him.
We saw the passion.
We've loved it ever since.
We saw the passion in you immediately.
Yeah.
And we could not wait to work with you. And I'm so glad we're part of your family now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lightning strike day when I met you guys. You never know it. You're like, wow, that was like different. And then later you're like, that was incredible. So
yeah, we were on our way somewhere and we just popped in because we knew that show was there. We didn't know you were going to be there. Mm-hmm. And we walked out of that show and go, that guy, wow, what he's doing. We got to be part of that somehow.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm still trying. I think everybody's creating some really interesting, cool stuff, which is, to me, that's really the joy of doing this, is watching what you guys do, what Chaz and Chris doing, and what Wendy does. It's all, it's like when I was a kid in the 70s watching Marvel and DC, only I know you guys.
Right.
So that's even cooler. And then I get to, participate too and collaborate,
right,
which is amazing. I launched a second ago here. So
you did?
Yeah, while you guys were talking. I usually try. But yeah, I wanted to get together to do the launch and catch up, see what you guys are working on new. Chaz and Chris, I know you guys, you have a new edition, but you're also working on a new, some other projects. Can you tell us about those?
Yeah, well, we just ended the campaign for issue 3 of Rabbit.
Right.
And, that'll be dropping, be getting fulfilled February. outside of that, we may do another comic book, not rabbit related.
Right.
We may do a art pinup book, kind of like what you did with Bunny in Space.
Yeah.
Type deal.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I'm gonna be doing more movie stuff next
Yeah,
year.
I know you were talking about that. That's exciting.
Yeah, I got commissioned to do I'm directing a trailer for a guy's book. I already talked my DP. We're gonna shoot that in February for him.
Wow.
Outside of that, I'm actually gonna jump back to doing my independent film, which I'm actually already technically I'm starting pre-production on it now. I'm actually gonna try to start shooting it around this time next year. So
Yeah, that's exciting. Very exciting. Steph, Carrie, what are you guys up to? I know you're always doing something cool.
Well, we just put out our Halloween book. We now are coming out with a new, it's a trick-or-treater book based on all the sketches that Steph drew through October.
That's
So I'm
pretty
just finishing up that. We've got a lot of projects, hopefully in the future. We've got a couple personal projects that we're gonna be working on that I can't talk about yet.
Right.
We do have, and Wendy can collaborate. We have a collaboration with Wendy coming out hopefully next year.
Right.
For a new book, which we've already teased.
Yeah.
So, and that is called Gobblers. So that is going to be fun and exciting.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. When we get Steph and Wendy together, it's the creative minds just go, and then I just kind of put the magic to it.
Yeah.
So I had the color.
That's
Yes,
fun.
Gobblers.
that was
Nice.
really cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been following you guys' work for a while. So who does the pencils next, and who does the coloring?
He does the pencils. I do the coloring.
Nice, you guys do a good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So other than that, we just, we're probably at about 250 covers since we started.
Yeah.
I don't have an exact count because Wendy has to bug me to get that.
Right.
Yeah, so we're just, keep on living the dream.
Yeah, it's fun.
Nice.
Wendy, I know you just finished something and you're already getting ready to start something else.
Yeah, I just finished Naughty Fairies Stripper Assassins #1 remastered. And if you can see behind me, all these boxes, we're ready for fulfillment back here.
Right.
So I just got the books in, and I'm starting to package up and get ready to ship. So I'm super excited about that because we had a really quick turnaround. I don't even think it was 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's fast.
Ending the campaign to fulfillment. So I'm super happy. And then I'm getting ready for Naughty Fairy Comic Con, which is coming back. This has been the debate. When am I going to do it? So I'd launch January 1st.
Right.
And that's what I've done the last 3 years.
Right.
And, part of me wants to launch it a little earlier, try a different time. So I haven't exactly decided, but I haven't gotten all my art in. So that kind of will determine when the Naughty Fairy Con will be. And that is with the NFW. And I'm just going to leave it at that tease because that'll be a lot of fun. I'm so excited. It's another event. So, it's going to be all the fun and magic of my campaigns. So that's fun. And then Steph and Carrie's project that we have coming, and then Naughty Fairy 6 and Luna Tales 3. So we've got a lot coming in the next year.
I was going to say, how do you find time for all that stuff?
I don't know, because I work full time too. So that's fun.
Yeah. When Kara, I was talking to Kara after her last campaign, and she was like, yeah, and we have full-time jobs. I was like, that's just ridiculous. It's hard to find the time, when you're living your regular normal life, let alone trying to be creative. So
Unless you got an easy job, like a professor or something like that,
Yeah, that's kind of a phone game type of job. Yeah, it's a lot more. It's a lot more work and a less pay than I thought possible. But
you'd be an awesome teacher, though. That would be an awesome class.
Yeah, it's entertaining, I believe, and knowledgeable. I just want them to get something that they can use to actually get jobs. That's
right.
That's my whole point.
Right.
Because when I was in undergrad in the 80s, it was it was all theoretical all the time, and I was like, as soon as you hear this is a theory that might or might not happen, you fall asleep or you're thinking about a keg party or getting out of there or whatever. So I try and connect it to, your resume, actually making money and figuring out what you want to do.
Yeah.
So they seem to like that. So far so good, But let's see. Numbers are going up. At least they're going up, right?
Exactly.
Do you have it on Facebook yet?
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's on my Vampires in New Jersey page. Yeah, we got a couple hundred already. That's
Nice.
good.
They doing
I
good.
know it's a weird time of year, and I wanted to launch the Jay and Silent Bob's, but Bunny there's so much work with Bunny, and then I got Stan Konopka talked me into going to the New York Comic Con, and I couldn't. You want to split a table? I mean, how do you say no to that?
No,
You
you
know?
Right.
can't. Right.
Yeah.
I kind of had to, so I was kind of pushing things around and trying to get things done. So, but yeah, it's
how was
actually
New York
done.
Comic
Oh, it was insane. It was, we were in the basement,
Right.
which, it's a huge basement and it's very, busy because I'm trying to think who was near me. I think the guy, Jim Starlin, was in front of me and McFarlane was behind me. So their lines were so big, they like crossed in front of our booth.
Right.
So it was, me and Stan at our table. And then we also had a friend who came in from Scotland that couldn't use her space. So we put her on the table. So it's kind of like the three of us. We actually got some sales where it was like the three of us sold stuff.
Nice.
But yeah, I had my little Vampires in New Jersey banner back there, and it was attracting attention. Jersey people love it when they see that. Hey, Jersey, it's about Jersey. So they all come over. And I did really well. So,
Nice.
it was fun. But yeah, it was so many floors and so much stuff going on. Because we had three people at the table, one of us could always walk around a little bit
Right.
and see what was happening. So it was just, now I know how cons are supposed to be done. You know what I mean? It was a sellout every day. And when it sells out there, it's like 80,000 people. And it's kind of like, if you don't sell something in here, something's wrong with you. You got to be able to sell in here,
Right.
So it was exciting. I thank Stan, and his wife for thinking of me, of all the people he could share the table with. But we kind of have a mind melt thing going on. So,
Right.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Cool.
Yeah, I got lucky. Stan and I actually did a con, another teeny tiny con, I guess 4 years ago, and nobody showed up. That's how I met Stan. Our tables are next to each other, and literally like nobody showed.
Right.
So we're sitting there, and I'm looking, and I'm like, well, this guy's somebody. I'm looking him up on my phone. I'm like, oh my god, he's like
Right.
on Source Point Press, and it's been around a while, and he's
Right.
And we're just cracking jokes back and forth. And ever since then, we have like a similar sense of humor. And I guess that's why he thought of me. It was funny. It's like we went from the smallest con ever to like
Right.
the biggest con ever.
To the biggest con.
Fabulous.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
So it was nice. But yeah, Werewolves is done. I actually printed some copies for Jay and Silent Bob's. So for people that are always like, oh, I'm afraid, the comic won't be ready or won't be. I mean, the third issue's done and the graphic novel's done
Nice.
already. And
Wow.
all we have to do is take those brilliant covers you guys made and slap them on there and print them.
That's
So,
cool.
Wonderful.
yeah.
I had a question about your universe. Are you ever going to do like an event story where they start crossing over?
Yeah, actually, I had planned the final issue of Vampires, which was supposed to be issue 11, but Connor's starting to really get into drawing, and he's taking the story like, it isn't progressing, but it looks cool.
Right.
So it'll probably be issue 12, and I was going to have an end game scenario where all my characters figure their way in.
Nice.
And I've actually thought in my head, some of them are kind of like related in some ways and they don't know it.
Right.
So it'll be like big reveals of things. And literally, I went back to my first issue to try and connect things. And I realized that I talked about my main character having a brother. I never showed the brother. So he mentions his brother in college. And I'm like, that's something. So I can kind of like loop it all together, and probably I'll write that probably next summer, because I think I talked to Connor about trying to crank out issue 9.
Nice.
Nice.
Because people started buying these in stores, and they're literally like subscribed, and they're like, I haven't seen a blackjack in a while. What's going on? So
Right.
you know, I'm trying to get to it. I'm like, I'm not Marvel, I'm not DC. I'm trying to
Right.
look out every quarter. I've written a lot. I've actually written a lot that hasn't been released, but you know, as it comes, you do a Kickstarter and you fund, and then you get it out there. So
Right.
it's coming, you know,
Right.
a work in progress. But then I came up with new characters like Libertine, which is the art book. I'm going to send you guys the information this week for next year. A patriotic ex-military mom who, you know, it's like a cross of like Wonder Woman and Daredevil.
Oh, what
Nice.
fun.
She's a grounded superhero, but she's patriotic.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the next art book. We'll test it with the art book and see how. So far, people seem to like the idea.
Right.
Sounds good.
I'll send you the specs, and you guys can, you know, do your magic and see what we come out with. But
Have some fun.
I'm excited about that for next winter.
Right.
Nice.
That should be fun. We had a couple people behind the scene. Vampires in Jersey would be cool. Oh yeah, Philadelphia. Yeah, that came out last year, and I kind of looked at it, and they're in the Werewolves now too. So they're kind of creating their own. Philadelphia. I don't know if you guys know. It's about vampires in Philly. And
No way.
Yeah, believe it or not, the initial issues are like a procedural, like Law and Order. But then they find out that the people who are doing the serial killing are vampires, and it goes from there.
Right.
So, but somebody in the behind the scene in the chat's mentioning it. But yeah, that's what Diamond actually said to me 5 years ago. Nobody likes vampire comic books. There's no need to do them, you know.
Oh,
And then like within 2 years, it was like this giant explosion of vampire comics.
Right. Right.
You know. So, but yeah, I just wanted to get together. I wanted to launch. Everybody's doing cool stuff. You know, I appreciate what you guys do, and I know it's kind of a short night. I know you guys have a infant there, so I'm not going to keep everybody on too long. But can everybody tag a little bit about what they're doing? You know, where to reach you.
Yeah. Exactly.
I got it.
Chaz, you want to go?
Say
Chaz,
something.
I'm
Go ahead.
Flash Lyrium, LLC. Come on.
well, okay. So the Flash Delirium LLC, our company page is
Yeah.
Instagram. It's at Flash Delirium Flash_Delirium _LLC, and then
Right.
same for Facebook, right? Facebook is Flash_Delirium _LLC, and I don't know your Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter's a strange beast right now. Is anybody still on there?
Yeah, it's okay. You know,
It's
as long
out of
as
control.
Oh, dude. I
you stay out
followed
of trouble, you'll be
Elon
fine.
a couple days ago just to watch the fun.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think of it as it's not a really great selling platform for me. It's not a really great connecting platform for me.
Yes.
I follow a lot of things like the Daily Show and stuff like that on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I followed Elon like a week ago just because I want to watch this. This is hilarious. Like what's
See where it's
going
gonna
on?
go.
Like, you know, the
Yeah.
verified, not verified, parody,
Yeah.
not parody. It's hilarious.
What's
Yeah.
going on with that? I'm out of the
It's
loop.
because Elon Musk.
Well, all right. So
Twitter.
when Elon took over Twitter, he said it was going to be about free speech. Like he was tired of Twitter policing everybody. People should be able to speak their mind. Well, the first thing that happened when he took over Twitter was people created fake Elon Musk profiles to make jokes. And
Yeah.
so like instantly he's like, okay, there will be no parodying of people on Twitter.
Yeah.
So he started immediately banning free speech because people were making fun of him. So then he came up with this idea of verifying. And so people would have to be verified to actually be Elon Musk as your profile name. Somebody would have to verify you as Elon Musk.
You have to pay for that.
But you have
Yeah.
to pay for it. And people
Yeah.
started paying for it. And they started verifying people who were not Elon Musk.
Right.
So there's like 3 profiles with his name on it that were verified by Twitter. So
Yeah.
it was like, it's just hilarious to
It's a
watch.
train wreck.
It's a
it's
total
kind of
train
out of
wreck.
They
control.
made things worse.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he didn't know. You know, he assumed if you pay, you're going to be
You're gonna be
honest.
legitimate.
Those two are not connected at all.
But
So,
no, he doesn't realize people will pay $8 a month to make fun of somebody.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
yeah, $8 is very low bar to
to say.
and some people imitated companies.
Yeah.
They aren't the company, and I talked about this in I teach you know, an IT class and how to run tech companies. So of course everybody in there has something to say about, you know, everything that happens, especially with Musk. And he, you know, allowed people to say they were Eli Lilly And
Yep.
then they made comments and drove the Eli Lilly stock down,
Yep.
which wrecked people's 401k. So he's
Well-
not only just wrecking Twitter, he's wrecking like other people's livelihood.
Right. It was hilarious because he would
So it's kind of a mess.
he would verify somebody as the Taco Bell profile.
Yeah.
And then somebody on Twitter would go on Twitter and complain about Taco Bell, and they would at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden in the comments would be this nasty comment from Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And so it was like the reverse of what he wanted was happening.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I heard some 19-year-old kid crack that code in like 15 minutes.
Yep.
He was the first one. And once it got out that he did that, then everybody was just imitating everything they wanted to and just making fun of everything. So.
Yeah. Wow.
But we had a question.
Oh, but
What's the book about? That indie comics guy.
Oh.
Werewolves of Brooklyn is about a biker crew that appeared in Vampires in New Jersey 5 and 6, and they kind of pop up because it's all shared universe. And you actually can hire them to do all kinds of things, which I live in Jersey, which you always need a guy to do something that
the guy.
you can't do or that you're not supposed to do. So that's basically what they are. But of course, because they're werewolves, it goes into the occult, and they do a lot of interesting, cool stuff. The first issue is some of the comic store owners were like, you never do backstory for your characters. So the first issue, I actually do the backstory for the main werewolf, Ivan, about how his dad interacted with wolves and werewolves in World War II in Germany. Starts there, and then it ends up in 1967 Hollywood, where the Werewolf Beach Party happens because they're filming a Frankie and Annette movie and a teenage werewolf movie mashed together. And I wanted to do some 60s like stuff like Tarantino did with the movie he did when it was 60s oriented. And, it's kind of a fun comic in that way. And then issue 3 is actually today in Brooklyn. And I think they run into gargoyles and all kinds of ridiculousness ensues.
Oh, neat.
Nice.
It's an ongoing thing, and it's fun. And actually, Karen is who started in Vampires in New Jersey, who's friends with the lead character, Cassidy. She's Ivan's girlfriend. But we'll see how far it goes. So she's gone from hanging out with vampires to dating a werewolf. And, she's just enjoying the ride, I guess.
Natural progression.
Yeah. And I think in the one issue, she has a cell phone number for Witches of Westchester because she needs an incantation. So it's all kind of
Oh, fun.
That's cool.
mixed together. Well, they know what, if you need a spell, it's good to have a witch on speed dial.
Right.
So, but
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Gotta
yeah.
go.
When I did witches, I don't know if you guys, I probably mentioned it. Did you guys watch when I was interviewing a witch in Witches? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And she started telling me about my dad.
Yes.
Yeah, he passed away. Actually, I was just looking at it. They just officially did his burial at sea because he was in the Navy.
Right.
Oh, wow.
And they stopped doing that during COVID.
Right.
And the funeral director was like, would you like that? And I said, I didn't even know that was possible. And they had his ashes, and the Navy just started doing it again about 6 months ago.
Right.
So off the coast of Norfolk, Virginia, off a carrier. They just buried him.
Nice.
But yeah, she started telling me stuff about my dad that only like me and my wife knew the
Right.
last couple of weeks of his life. So yes, there are witches, and yes, I do know them. And I don't question a lot of things.
Right.
You know what I mean? You think about it too much, you get all weirded out. So I just think,
Yeah.
okay, that's I appreciate that. But it's all interesting stuff, and it's weird because I'm not into vampires or werewolves.
Right.
I just said that's an interesting genre. What can we do with it?
Right.
Neat.
So hopefully I can do that with Libertine and a different
Definitely.
type of spin. People do seem to like Blackjack the way that his powers change without his control.
Right.
When people hear that, they go, "Oh, that's cool."
Right.
And then it's like he can fly this week, but then that stops. And
Right.
he's strong, but then that stops, and they're like, "Wow, that's crazy."
Right.
But, you guys are creative. As creative people, you don't want to write yourself into a corner. You
Right.
always want to have like possibilities of things you might do later.
Right.
So that's what makes Blackjack fun to write because it can be like every issue I can pick a different
Superpower.
superhero thing that we all love because everybody has their favorite. Oh, the Flash! I love. He's the fastest man alive.
Right.
How realistic is that if you actually had to do that?
Right.
It could turn out to be a giant mess.
Right.
You never know. So, Am I rambling too much? Oh, I'm
Not
a
at all. It's
no.
great.
Indie Comics guy is a paranormal investigator. That's
that's-
Oh, how
interesting.
cool is that?
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good job.
Plenty of
But we're
places
gonna
in
have to-
Jersey for that.
Yeah, there you go. We're gonna have to talk to that. Oh, looks like Shikari showed up. Hello, Shikari. How you doing?
Hello.
Hi.
So,
Love working with you too. That's the other thing. I'm discovering new artists as I go because I see everybody working with different people, and I'm like, wow, that's interesting. You know, I want to talk to them. I've been lucky that people, you know, want to work with me because even you guys, I look and I'm like, you guys are like so good and you do so much stuff. You know, what do you want to work with me for? But
Really?
well, yeah, I literally feel lucky every time. I think that's the best way to be about things in life. You know, say, man, this is like I got, you know, hit by lightning, or this is just the lucky thing.
It's the same
It's
thing
not
on this
exact.
side.
You know,
Like
it's not
somebody-
an exact science what we
Yeah.
do. You know what I mean?
It's the same thing on this side. Somebody says, "Hey, you know," they send me a message. "Hey, you know, do you think you could do a cover?" Like it's like, yes, of course I can. Like, it's gratitude. It's just
Yeah.
like, oh wow, you created a comic and
Yeah.
and you wrote this story and you're getting somebody to do interiors and all this work on this book and you're
Yeah.
going to put all your money in it and you want me on a cover. Of course I want to do a cover. I'm honored.
It's honored every cover that we get.
You know what I
asked
mean?
for.
Like, it's just funny because, like, to me, it's just like the biggest gratitude I can imagine. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh my God, you think I'm worthy of being on your project? That is awesome. Absolutely awesome to me.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. And I know when I met you guys and did my first Kickstarter with these three were like my inspiration. And one of the people involved, things weren't going well. And these three just told me, they were like, dude, you got it. You have the content. We'll, you know, walk you through the rest. You know, you're not like a complete idiot. So
Right.
things should be fine. You know, just roll with it.
Yeah.
And they gave me confidence that this, you know, might work. And ever since then, it's been like, you know, I'm overjoyed to work with them. Now, Chastity and Chris, I saw your stuff and I just contacted you because I was just like, I have your books right here on my desk. You know, your work is it's very cinematic. Like I look at the stuff you guys do, and I immediately, because I do like film horror cons, and I immediately see you guys doing like what your comic is as a film. It just makes perfect sense to me. And like the Terrifier that's out now, I've run into them ever since they did the first Terrifier in New
I've
Jersey.
followed for years. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
big fans of them.
I've been like, I see them like I've been seeing that guy in the clown outfit and everybody in the movie for like years. And it makes perfect sense to me that it's as big as it is now because they really have put the time in to create their own world, you know, and that's basically what the type of thing that actually all of you do. But especially with you, Chas, I see, you know, cinematic possibilities. Plus your background's film. So
What was
That's what we were going for.
what was your Instagram so I can follow you guys?
Flash _delirium _ LLC.
Okay.
Yeah. My actual Instagram is my name backwards, Elston Christopher. And what is yours?
Oh, mine is my first and last name. So it's Chastity. And then last name is Lassiter, LASSITER. So it's
Okay.
just Chastity Lassiter.
Yeah,
I
but
haven't
once-
been on there in a
Yeah,
minute.
but if you go to Flash Delirium, you can find all of, you know, we're all
Fabulous.
so.
Cool.
cool. And Wendy,
You can find me at naughtyfairies.com. That's the web store. I'm on Facebook at Wendy Steen Shaner. And I have Naughty Fairies for Facebook and for Instagram as well, and Twitter. I don't use Twitter much.
Okay.
And you guys are also my lucky charm. We funded.
Oh,
Yay.
yay.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
All
Yeah, that
right.
feels good.
Awesome.
The last 3 times we funded while we were talking. So, you know, and this time I didn't even really have time. I'm not as coordinated in this leather jacket that I dragged out from
Yeah, and I thought last time you had the guitar out.
from my previous lifestyle. Yeah, I have it over there. I wish I
Yeah,
did
yeah.
still
Killing it, man.
have it out.
Impressive.
Well, I have lived a life, you know, so which my students don't believe, but
Right.
when I tell them about the 80s, they freak out. I literally saw a thing on Facebook today, and I was thinking this in class. They all have their cell phones. Every time I try and get them to talk about a tech company, they all say 3 companies. They say Apple, or they say Google, or they say, what's the other one? It's like the same 3 all the time, Samsung, I guess. But there was a guy sitting there, and he had all the devices we used in the 80s, the answering machine, regular telephone, everything. And then at the bottom it said, these are all in your phone now.
Yeah.
And it's like, we've seen a lot of it's not like we're from the early 20th century.
Mm-hmm.
Just since we've been alive, we've seen like a lot of variations of things. And now just is a very cool time, to be able to create, because you can reach people. You can do things like, the Kickstarter. I could have never, I mean, before the internet, how would I have found an artist? I'd have had to look you up in the one ads of the newspaper or in the city, in Philadelphia, or New York Times if I'm lucky.
Right.
And now, Shikari just came on. Shikari's, he just woke up. It's 5 a.m. where he's at.
Yeah, in India.
And that's the magic of what we're doing, So it's a very cool time. But you have to, use it. We use the internet for, for cat videos and things, but it actually can be useful. I got an MBA and a PhD off, out of it. So, but meeting you guys has been a real charm. So I appreciate your time. We funded. Yay.
Thank you.
Yay.
And,
Awesome.
Thanks for having
I'll-
us.
Steph and Carrie, where are you guys at? What's your contact info?
Oh yeah, that's right. Go ahead.
You
Sorry.
can find
Thanks,
us
Mandy.
at
My comic book life.
StephWilsonArt.com is the store, the web
website.
store. And there's contacts on there. We're on Facebook at the Steph Wilson.
No,
No,
the other way around.
Facebook is at Steph Wilson.
Facebook is just Steph Wilson.
Right.
Instagram is the Steph Wilson, all one word.
And then you can find me on Facebook as Carrie Ann.
Okay.
And I'm on Twitter, but I'm just there to follow Elon and have fun. So
Yeah, I haven't gotten rid of my account yet. You know what I mean? So yeah.
That still
I
got
just
mine.
need It's not doing any harm, and nobody even knows it's there. So I'll just leave
Right.
it for the time being, But yeah, I appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
We'll
Thank
be
you.
working on
Thank
future
you.
things, and if there's anything that I can do, that you guys any expertise I have, like Wendy's like, Al, I need a song. I'm happy to write music or whatever you guys need.
awesome.
Definitely.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I always love working on your projects.
Yes.
Us too.
Yep.
Love
Yeah,
it.
so I appreciate it. I try keeping it interesting.
You always do. They're great.
It's nice meeting everybody.
Yeah.
Nice
Yeah.
meeting
Nice
everybody.
meeting you.
Congratulations on funding.
Alton, it was wonderful seeing you again.
We missed you.
Yeah, I'll see. I'll check with everybody's schedule, but I'm going to do some traveling this year. I want to come up and where you guys are at for a show maybe. So I'll try and get around the
That would be
country.
awesome.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
in Boston
Okay.
in April. That's
All
the
right,
one that
that's-
I'm looking at. That's local. It's in
Yeah.
downtown Boston. It's in the Back Bay area,
Yeah, that's a good one.
so it's supposed to be really good.
Yeah, my wife actually, that's one of the cities she visited she likes. Maybe I can wrangle her up and we'll
Oh,
get
it's
up.
my favorite city. I mean, it's only an hour away, but it's my favorite city.
It's Carrie's favorite city. It's an hour away. We haven't been.
We've been there like twice.
We were there twice.
We've driven through Boston.
Okay.
Yes, when
Yeah.
we're driven to Boston.
We,
Somebody
we
woke
go to
up.
the airport a lot.
There you go.
We go to the airport a lot.
The
Yeah.
problem
Yeah, I
is,
always feel that way with Philly. I was born there, but I don't really see Philly anymore because I'm in Jersey. all
problem
day.
is
But
once
see,
you're-
when I go to the airport, I drive through. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the problem is we're on the Cape, and when you're
Yeah.
on the Cape, you don't leave the
You
Cape
don't leave the Cape.
unless there's a really good reason to do it. So
all right,
Airports
somebody's
are a good
somebody's
reason.
awake, so I know you got to go. But
Yeah,
I
we're heading out.
appreciate everybody and take care. All right,
Okay.
all right.
Bye-bye.
So
Bye,
much.
guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
bye. All right, that's it. Shikari, thanks a lot for everything you're doing. Your artwork's amazing. Bye. Indie Comics Guy, let's talk offline. Contact me on Instagram at Vampires of NJ. And Werewolves funded, so that's good. So far, so good. And I don't know. Be safe out there. This holiday season's coming. Everybody take care of yourselves and stay safe. And, have fun. In broadcast.